Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Adam's Quest. In the last episode, we began training our little oasis princess after she took on the bluebird feather from her father. She still hasn't received her mother's bluebird feather though, because Cherry doesn't think that she's quite ready just yet. They have been hunting moles together. She's doing a pretty good job with that. She found some fish in the water, but she's just not sure if she's a leader material. So I think we may have found a way to finally convince her, because it turns out we have a Bearyena way off here in the grass. It was chasing after Kiernuro, which just so happens to be her big brother. So I mean, she would definitely swoop in and save the day. She wouldn't want to see her big brother get eaten by this thing. But aside from that, if she manages to take down a Bearyena, I mean, I don't think Cherry would be able to say that she's not ready after that. So let's see if Cherry can guide her out to the shore at least. Like maybe with those big ears of theirs, they think they hear something dangerous growling off in the darkness. We should be able to have her scoot all the way down. Oh no, she's a little bit too slow. Okay, so this might take a couple of turns then to get her to where we need to be, but as long as they're not too close to the Bearyena, this should still work out. Granted, when the Bearyenas lock eyes with one of our tribe mates, they usually don't give up the chase. So I think most likely it's going to be locked on you, Kiernuro. I don't think you're going to be able to weasel your way out of this one. I suppose we could have Cherry just gather up the last of those berries. We could have her clear out the grass too. But to be honest, it's just a shriveled up berry bush, so it's not really going to offer us very much anyways. We'll bring her down here to the shores. I guess Kiernuro would be more likely to recognize her. To be honest, I'm not sure if he even met Sila. I'd have to go back and check, but she may have been born after he already left the area. He was doing a little bit of exploring out here with Flytrap, and that's why he ended up by this coconut tree. So is the Bearyena? No, he's not far enough away. I was going to have Kiernuro go ahead and swipe up those berries. I mean, he does have 3 turns. I guess he could go ahead and grab these 2, and then jump way over here toward the ports, where the Crabbits, of course, are waiting for him. They're probably guiding him down the shores right now, kind of like our bunny guides in the Ancient Legends challenge. It seems like he's really taken a liking to these little things, so I guess we'll have him follow in their shadow for now. But yeah, he's certainly far enough away. I mean, now if the Bearyena decides to turn, you might be in a little bit of trouble, Sila. But I'm sure it's nothing you can't get yourself out of. In fact, if you come over here to your brothers, they would be very, very likely to heal you. I was actually thinking that maybe we could set them up a little bit differently. I mean, we don't really need both of the twins on this side of the island, or this side of the oasis rather. We could use one over here just in case somebody gets hurt when they're crossing the water. So maybe it's time for them to shake up their plans. They did just put the remains of their father to rest, so this is a good time for them to figure out where their life's journey is going to take them. Something to do their father proud. So, Rudukta, maybe you would like to be the one to cross? I suppose we'll have your brother purr for you just in case. I'm sure that Rogue here is a little bit worried. But if we bring you over to the edge of the water, you should be able to get over there? That's not too far, right? Like, we've done this so many times, but now I'm a little bit nervous. I don't want to leave him in the water. Have we done this wrong? Maybe it's because he can't swim as well? Ooh, that's strange. Eagle Eye, could you come on over here and help him up? No, we're going to have to leave him right here. Oh, and hello. We have a visitor. Oh my gosh, I didn't know somebody was living over here. Where did you come from, little one? Little Kuroro. That's an adorable name. I am shocked, though. We had Eagle Eye out here searching for any signs of life, any resources we could use, and we didn't see you out there at all. So I guess he's very, very good at sneaking around, and I suppose it does make sense thanks to his velvet paw. He has the purr snout in his inactive traits, and he actually does have the big ears. It's a little bit hard to see because he has the derp snout. Well, that's interesting. So I guess you're making out pretty well out here in the savannas, aren't you? You're probably not having trouble in all this heat? I guess we could spare him a little bit of food to invite him to the tribe. I mean, his immunity genes aren't super different, but I feel like we still have to. I mean, we're kind of encroaching upon his territory right now, so it's nice that he's coming out in such a pleasant manner. Let's have Eagle Eye offer up a little bit of her food, I guess. She is having some trouble scooping up the fish out here, so she's probably using like the last of the food right now, the last that she has in her pockets at least. So I hope you appreciate the fish, Kuroro. Maybe we could have him show them a little bit more about his home. Surely he would know best after all. Oh, and it looks like we have another little clown koi out here too. Excellent. I wonder if maybe that's what he was going to show them. We'll bring him away up here so he can gaze down from the top of the hill. And maybe he could be the one to finally clear out all of these nests. We still do need to make sure that this place is safe for all of our future babies, because we're going to have quite a few over here if all goes well. I am so happy with little Spook. Is he not just the cutest thing? And I guess we should take a closer look at the mask too, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is the old panda pattern, right? I know a lot of you have been missing the panda patterns, but they are still in the game. They're just a little bit more difficult to get because they're inside the mask, and with all the different variations. So I guess we need pattern shape D. We have the medium and big patterns, and all these different densities too. Like, I'm still not entirely sure how each of these traits changes the patterns, but that's what makes it such a surprise. And that's why I'm so happy to see the panda patterns on our little baby again. So fingers crossed we're going to have some more Halloween babies to share with the tribe soon. Maybe we could bring Sundew over here. That way we should be able to have Anthem breed with her, and she can settle down her nest right next to her baby. And you better keep an eye on those fish, Anthem. He can't scoop them up himself. In fact, he should probably just pick up the grass. But you could definitely tell Eagle Eye about that as soon as she's sure that Rodukta is going to be okay. I'm not sure if he's going to take some drowning damage overnight, so yeah, it's a really good thing that you purred for him. I guess it is because he has that stinky tail. I mean, the other creatures probably just had the swimming tail instead. Yeah, poor Rodukta. He was a little bit too overconfident after watching them succeed so much, so he thought he could do it too, but he needs a little bit more help than that. So I wonder if Tanzanite might like to spend some more time over here by the knights. But I suppose first, we should probably have Flytrap come over here and bring the news. He was actually right next to Tanzanite's father when he passed, so we wanted to let him know. That way he could bury his remains as well. Yeah, we have so many roots over here. I guess this would probably be the best place. We'll have Tanzanite go ahead and dig this one up for his father's grave, right next to the leaders as well, so they can rest side by side. And once again, the piranha have come up to greet our tribe mates. That is a little bit concerning. If we could get a creature with the double claws, we could scoop up every last one. The great piranha destroyer of the oasis. I'm sure that our leaders would be very impressed with them, especially if we have any more Bearyena situations too. Now Starfruit, maybe you could jump down here, knock down some more of those coconuts for us, and then you should be able to scoot right out of the way. Now all we have left is poor Komesi, who's still waiting patiently for her mentor. But unfortunately this is her very final day. I mean, I guess at the very least she will get to see her soon. So we'll have her pick up the last of her berries, go ahead and pick up a little bit of the extra grass. I'm sure she's noticed this creature in a panic in the distance. Though for that matter, he's probably quite a bit more soothed now that he has his little crabbit friends, so maybe he'll be okay without her assistance. But we don't want Sunstone to go too far. He's the one who's going to help her pass on in peace. So if we bring him right up here, maybe they can sit side by side. Oh, we could even have him purr for her too. That way she'll pass with the sound of the healers echoing in her mind. And now, with all the fish coming up to greet them, we should be ready to skip the day and see what this next little baby is going to look like. Oh, not quite a Halloween baby this time. He doesn't have the mask, but if he did, he would probably look just like his brother. He's still super cute though. He has the water body, he has the claw. Still missing the tail fin, but at least it is in his inactive traits. And I think I noticed that you, Rodukta, you're just fine. So even though these tiles seem like deep water, because it's stuff that we have to swim through, it seems like they're still okay if they settle down here. So I guess we'll have Eagle Eye pull you out of the water, and you could share your discoveries. Because if that's true, I think you two could actually go swimming in the oasis to catch some more fish for your tribe. As long as we don't send her off toward the waterfalls over here, toward the rapids, we should be okay. So I think they could just settle down in all these calm waters, and they should be feasting for days. In fact, why don't we give that a try now? Eagle Eye doesn't have the purring magic on her, but I think she's just way too excited. We'll have her jump way down here. Oh no, the clown koi can move faster than you. Maybe if you settle down in the kelp then? Maybe it won't notice you? Yeah, let's have her hide right here for a little while, and look at this. The clown koi is actually doing the exact same thing. Maybe that's not going to work out for you after all then. You're going to have somebody over here to scare them toward you. I'm sure that Rodukta would be up for the task. Now that he's gotten a taste of fish, he seems quite dedicated to it. But let's head on back to this baby before we end up forgetting to name him. You know, I know we've already had a baby named Pumpkin in the series, but he looks an awful lot like a little pumpkin to me. That big orange cracker jaw, the little wispy kind of brown strands on top of his head, almost like a pumpkin stem. I think we're gonna have to name this little baby Pumpkin too. So he and his brother will be able to have a pretty good time swimming around the oasis together. Oh my gosh, and Spook, he is just so precious. I can definitely see him being a bit of the mischievous sort. Like, he is definitely going to stir up quite a bit of trouble on this tiny island. He might have to find his own place, in fact. Maybe he'll be one of the ones to explore these smaller parts. If he causes too much trouble after all, he'll need a hideaway to escape to. So he and his brother can set up a little club island of sorts. But for now, I guess Anthem could probably show him how to swim. We could bring him right down here. He'll still be safe because he's next to his father. Though for that matter, we haven't actually had a single one of the bluebirds out here, have we? They have been mysteriously quiet in the oasis, so I'm wondering if they just can't spawn here. Maybe they don't think that there's much waiting for them here. Like, I'm not sure if bluebirds like to scoop up the fish, but there aren't many sources of food otherwise. So yeah, before we have you jump into the water with your son, let's have you breed again with Sundew. That way we can try one more time to get that tail fin on one of your babies. We are not going to rest until at least one mermaid has been born. So if we scoot you right down here, I guess you could pick up all of this kelp for your son. You guys can play with the kelp for a while. And what happened to our Bearyena? It looks like he didn't actually come out of the grass. Yeah, he's kind of just lingering right next to the coconut tree. Oh, I wonder if he got hit on the head by the coconuts? Wait a second. Cherry, if you could jump in here and light it up for us? I guess Sila's going to have to be the one. Oh, he does have a coconut there. Oh my gosh, you guys, the Bearyena is stunned. I didn't know that could happen. Yes, we found a brand new Bearyena trap. Oh, Sila, your mother is going to be so impressed. I mean, I'm not sure if we can really take credit for this. To be honest, it's more like Cured Neuro's victory. Oh, and his little crabbit passed away. Well, let's at least have you scoop up the remains of your crabbit friend. And then I guess you could watch the show, because your sister is hopefully going to take down this Bearyena. It only has 9 days remaining on its lifespan, so that means she won't be able to take it down on this turn. But I mean, if the Bearyena is actually stunned, shouldn't that mean that it won't be able to turn around and attack her? Like, she could actually stay right here. Oh, and it's poison now too. Oh, Mr. Bearyena, you are having an absolutely terrible day. Yeah, let's see if that works. We might even bring Cherry up there to grab the coconut, though I'm a little bit more concerned about her since she has such a short time in her lifespan. I mean, that would be quite the tragedy if the Bearyena magically got better and it turned to attack Cherry instead. She would definitely end up succumbing to her wounds. So we'll bring her back here so she can pick up some of the grass, I guess, and she'll just watch her daughter. I'm sure she would want Sila to shine here anyways. She doesn't want to interfere with the battle. So Sunstone is going to have another creature to add to the list. Another creature to bury over by the knight's grave site. Like, I didn't think they were going to be over here guarding the graves of all of our creatures, but it seems like this is truly becoming our graveyard. There are just no roots anywhere else for us to dig up. It would be excellent if we could find one right around here, right around Komesi's tree. I feel like she would appreciate that a little bit more, but I don't think it's going to happen, Sunstone. So we'll have you make your way down the path, following the skeletons it seems, but probably also following the scent of his brother. Tanzanite can still hang around here too. I feel like he would probably want to stay here with the knights. He may have even grown a little bit fond of some of the creatures in this area, who knows? Maybe even a creature like Brightheart, with her gorgeous golden fur. I kind of feel like she's going to overshadow Foxtail a little bit. Everybody loves Brightheart, and that's going to mess with Foxtail's confidence. There are, of course, plenty of things that Foxtail can do that her sister can't, but she doesn't really realize it yet. All she sees is this beautiful creature with her water body and everything, and she can't help but feel a little bit envious of her little sister. And did you find that fish again over here? Oh no, it's a leech? Oh my gosh, there are leeches in the oasis? Oh no, Eagle Eye, you better scoop that one up then before one of you gets hurt. Thank you for living up to your name, Eagle Eye. Not many other creatures would have seen that in time. Maybe you can rest easy after all then, Rokier. I mean, it seems like your brother is in some pretty good hands. So he could settle down over here next to the berry bushes for now. He could pick the berries, clear out more of the pathway. And that leaves Flytrap to do a little bit more exploring of his own. I mean, he's all on his own again. The world is his oyster. He could go anywhere that he pleases. But for some reason, he is being drawn back in the direction of that pesky kid. Tanzanite is over here too. He's probably making it seem like he just wants to pass through. But to be honest, he's a little bit worried about Tanzanite. He wants to make sure that he's okay after his father just passed. So we'll have him lurk around here, sniff around in the grass, listen for any danger. Just keep an eye on his back. He doesn't want to admit it, but he really does have a soft spot for the kid after all. Should we maybe have these two have another baby as well? I suppose we could. Our food supplies are high enough, and quite a few of our creatures are getting old. So go ahead and breed with your mate again if we can. There we go. Then we can have Starfruit pick up all of those lovely berries and jump right back to the family nest. Now the last creature we have to move just so happens to be our newest. Let's have Kuroro make his way over to his nest. Maybe this is even where his family was born? I mean, he is a bit of an older creature, so I would expect that he has quite a few kids. Wait a second. Oh no, Lion Claw. I just moved him into the water because I figured he could pick up more coconuts on the next turn, but it looks like his daughter is going to have to swoop in and save the day. Yeah, especially because of this. He's going to be bleeding on the next turn, so we better make sure that we have her lick his wounds quickly, or else he is going to get torn apart. But I did want to go back here first just to see what happens with this Bearyena situation. Like it says he's stunned, so let's hope that it works just like our creatures, and that he's not going to be able to move. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, but we found a different Bearyena instead? A Bearyena with a baby. Oh, Sila. Oh, you just hit the jackpot. We finally have another friendly Bearyena baby to invite. Well, kind of. We have to get rid of his mother first. His mother is going to be a little bit of a problem here. Oh no, I wonder if that means that this was actually their father? Oh, that's really sad, Sila. You are literally tearing their family apart. But before we do anything else here, we have to go back to Lion Claw and make sure that he's not going to get torn apart by that piranha. So go ahead and lick his wounds first. Yeah, send the piranha running, then take that leech off of him, and now you guys should be safe and sound again. I suppose we could even have you knock down some more of those coconuts, just as a thank you to your daughter. I'm not sure that he would want to settle down inside the water again after that, though. He's probably going to be a little bit more cautious. And oh my goodness, look at this gorgeous baby back here. Oh, how beautiful are you? The antennas and your inactive traits again, yes. Those antlers just like your sister. Oh, he is beautiful. And the inactive peacock tail too, so there is still a possibility we could pull that out. And I mean, this is just the sort of majestic creature that I would expect to see it on. Wouldn't that be so gorgeous? Oh, I don't even know how we're going to name you. You just look like the most majestic king. What about just heart? I believe that's a word to describe a male deer, and since he has those antlers, I guess it would be pretty fitting. We may have also had a creature named Heart in the past. I'm not 100% sure, but we've had quite a few creatures in our time, so I guess it's only to be expected. Oh, we have another gorgeous baby back here to see in a moment too, but first we better come back to the battle and see what we're going to do with this mother Bearyena. So I guess we'll have Sila land at least one attack. That will at least poison the mother Bearyena too. The only problem is that she can't run very fast. We already know that from experience. So if she doesn't use her 2 turns to get away, there's a very good possibility that she's going to get a little bit hurt. Granted, she could go off into the sea. Like, I think the Bearyena could probably still follow her down here, but she might be safe if she settles down on this tile. So I guess we could have you grab that meat, just so we don't leave that all lying around. I feel like we're probably going to end up losing it if we're not careful. Then we'll have you jump way down into the ocean. And cross our fingers that this Bearyena doesn't lose track of you, or that it doesn't decide to go after Cherry instead. I don't know, maybe we should have her retreat into the grasses? Maybe it would be less likely to follow her if she's hidden? That does also increase her camouflage. Oh my gosh! She has a 7 in camouflage, thanks to her stripes and her fur. Yeah, something tells me the Bearyena is not even going to know that you're in the area anymore. You should be safe and sound. We'll scoot you underneath the tree just in case. Oh, excellent, and you still have your snack to munch on too. You can pop those berries in your mouth while you watch your daughter shine. I hope she'll be able to take down the Bearyena before Cherry passes. I did notice she only has 2 days left in her lifespan. So this is going to have to be a very quick battle too. I'm kind of not sure if Kiernuro would even stick around anymore. Like, I feel like he's quite overshadowed by his sister too, just like how Foxtail feels about her family. So I don't know, maybe he would just wander off? Maybe he feels like he's not really needed? Oh no, and there's actually a root over here? Oh, Sunstone, you are going to have to turn around then, because that would be the perfect place for you to bury Comessi. I mean, honestly, I can't think of a better location. Go ahead and dig up this root for us. He probably felt the pull from his ancestors, of course. I'm sure it was Mooneye and Crescent themselves who were pulling him back in that direction. But I guess it's not all that bad, even though it wasted a little bit of your time to get back to your brother. Now you can spend some time with Kiernuro instead. He needs a little bit of guidance too, so I hope you can figure out a way to help him. Now, last but not least, we have our brand new little orange baby over here in the nest, with yet another one of those water bodies. But unfortunately, this one isn't even carrying the tail fin. So yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble passing that. But I guess with every generation, our mermaids are going to get closer and closer. So he actually looks a little bit more like Sila than his siblings. He has that darker orange-colored fur. Very, very interesting, in the poison fangs too, of course, just like his biggest brother, Spook. Oh, as far as their gems go, I wanted to give them a combination of their parents. Not only would it set their line apart, but it would also give them yet another little reference to Halloween, I guess. We'll change that middle gem over to orange, and we'll leave the green ones on the outside. So it'll be like a little pumpkin that they're wearing on their chest. But yeah, as far as this baby's name, maybe he's a little bit more like Anthem's side of the family, so a little bit less mischievous like Spook and Pumpkin, and a little bit more interested in just singing the songs of his ancestors. He could carry on that role while his brothers are off playing tricks. So I think him would be a pretty good name for him, and I feel like he is the most likely one to stay here with his mother. Her other 2 rambunctious sons are far more interested in exploring these distant lands. In fact, let's have Pumpkin scoot his way over here, and we'll have Spook start swimming straight up the stream. No fear whatsoever. Yeah, I think he thinks that this is some pretty good land for the taking. Oh, we even have some little cacti sitting in the middle, like a gate almost to their clubhouse. Well, I'm sure those 2 are going to shake things up in the oasis. And I hope that in the next episode, we could take a closer look at Eagle Eye as well. We weren't sure if she was going to start a family of her own, but I feel like she's grown quite close to Rodukta. And with this creature showing her this nest over here again, with him clearing out the area to prepare for future babies, maybe she would start to wonder if it's her time to become a mother after all. She certainly needs to pass down her knowledge about all of these fish out here. Her fishing knowledge and her swimming knowledge too, since these two made quite the breakthrough. But I guess more importantly, pretty soon, Sila is going to have her very own baby Bearyena to take care of. Assuming that she can actually defeat his mother in the darkness anyways, as Cherry watches on from afar. So for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!